Greetings everyone, and today we are going to discuss about phylum chordates. So here, in this video, we are going to discuss about phylum chordates. What are phylum chordates? Their general characteristics. Their general characteristics is in such a manner that they are having four major characteristics which make them different than other phyla present in the animal kingdom. First characteristics that they are having notochord. Notochord, what is that? That is a semi-solid rigid. That is a semi-solid flexible. That is a semi-solid flexible hollow uh, rod. This is a semi-solid flexible hollow rod which is used to provide support and stiffen the body of chordates, due to which these are known as chordates, which is known as notochord. A semi-solid flexible rod which is known as a notochord, due to which it provides support and stiffness to these organisms, due to which these are known as chordates. Now, these notochord is present in all chordates, whether it is vertebrates or invertebrates. In vertebrates, it is modified into vertebral column. Now, after that, when we are coming to the other part, second characteristic that they are having a different type of nervous system. Their central nervous system consists of a dorsal hollow single nervous system. Dorsal hollow single nervous system is present inside their body. Apart from that, uh, as the organism starts to become complicated, as the classes are getting advanced, the nervous system becomes complex gradually. So after that, gill slits are present. Gill slit openings are present, whether it is any organism, any chordates, they are having gill slit openings. Some of these are having their gill slit openings permanently throughout their lifetime. So for example, we are having in fishes, all of the gill slit openings are persisted throughout the lifetime. When it comes to some other organisms, gill slit openings are uh, only present in the larval stage. For example, amphibians, we are having gill slits in the larval stage, and in some organisms, some of the chordates, the gill slit openings are only present in the embryonal development, which means in embryonal development they arise, and then they are then they are converted into some into lungs or other organ. In that case, we are having examples of humans. Mammals. Mammals are having gill slit formation during the embryological development, but after after some time within the embryological during the embryological development, the gill slits are then converted into lungs. After that, they are having fourth characteristic, post anal tail. Anal tail, which is present in all chordates. Some of them are having their post anal tail modified into some other organs. In humans, the post anal tail is modified into the coccygeal vertebrae. That is why we also call coccygeal vertebrae as the tailbone. After that, classification involves the following type. First includes the phylum chordate classification. First includes its two major groups in which it is divided. First includes group Acrania, invertebrates or protochordata, which are lower chordates. After that, second group is group Craniata, Urochordata, Euchordata, higher chordate or vertebrates. So here, acrania are those which are not having a cranium box, a brain box, cranium box, skull. These are known as acrania, as well as these are not having a vertebral column. Instead of vertebral column, these are having notochord. While group craniata or euchordata are having a vertebral column instead of a notochord. Instead of notochord, they are having vertebral column with some few exceptions. Uh, as well as these are having craniata, cranium box, a skull box is present over inside the body. Now, first let us discuss about the first phylum, first subphylum, which is known as first subphylum Urochordata. So, subphylum Urochordata. We're gonna just briefly describe that phylum because there's not much to describe about it. Here in this subphylum, this is the only subphylum inside which the notochord is not present throughout the lifetime, which means notochord is only present in the larval stage. After the development of the adult, the notochord is absent. Notochord becomes absent, due to which the organism becomes sessile. While during the larval stage, the organism is motile, while when it comes to some other features, these are exclusively marine. examples of these includes acidia as well as herdmania are examples of these organisms. Apart from that, uh, they are having uh, some other characteristics, including they are having some other examples characteristics, uh, which we are gonna have right now. Subphylum Urochordata. Subphylum are having some other characteristics that these are having their fertilization can be they can be direct as well as they are having their fertilization as an external fertilization. Apart from that, we are having a cephalochordata. Cephalochordata are having uh, one more thing here, that these Urochordata are also known as tunicates. These are known as tunicates because they are having their body enclosed in a sac-like uh, organ. Their body is enclosed in a sac-like structure, which is known as tunic, due to which these are known as tunicates. And apart from that, these are having um, the characteristics such a manner that their fertilization is mostly internal, but external fertilization can also be occurred. Apart from that, when it comes to their development, their development is indirect. Apart from that, when it comes to cephalochordata, they are having the opposite characteristics, that these are having notochord, which is persisted throughout the life, as well as they are having uh, the dorsal hollow nerve cord, and both of these are having closed circulatory system. Apart from that, the cephalochordata are having amphioxus. Example of this is amphioxus, which is an organism, and amphioxus is an example of an organism from this group. This is an organism which is basically which tends to bury itself inside the sand, and after burying itself inside the sand, it tends to act as a filter feeder by filtering material from the sea. Both of these are marine, so when it takes out material from the sea, it filters the material from the water and thus gains its nutrition. So in that case, that is also an example of the subphylum Cephalochordata. Other example can also be Branchiostoma, and now in the second group we are having group Craniata. Group Craniata is having subphylum Vertebrata. Uh, Subphylum Vertebrata is having two divisions, which is division Agnatha, which includes the jawless fishes, fishes without jaws, and division Gnathostoma. The term gnath means jaw. So here, first let us discuss about the Agnatha. Agnatha are fishes. These are all fishes, exclusively marine fishes. And apart from that, when it comes to their characteristics, Agnatha is a superclass or division which includes fishes which are without jaw, as well as these are having a circular mouth. Circular mouth. They have circular gill opening, gill slits. They are having circular gill openings known as gill slits, as well as these are having circular gill slits, circular gill opening, as well as these are not having scales on their body. Their body is quite smooth and silky, smooth, silky body. Apart from that, there is no presence of um, of appendages, no appendages are present over there. Rest apart from this, we are having two major classes of superclass Agnatha, which includes cephalosporomorphy and myxini. Cephalosporomorphy and myxini. Cephalosporomorphy is a class which includes the example of lamprey, in which the organism is having uh, its well developed teeth which are surrounding the whole buccal cavity as well as are present on the tongue as well, due to which that structure causes to make them adaptable for the sucking other organisms. Apart from this, sucking other organisms internal organs. Apart from that, here we are also having a condition that these are the first vertebrates. These are superclass Agnatha includes the first vertebrata which are having the capability of acting as an ectoparasite. These are ectoparasites. So these are the only vertebrates which are ectoparasites. Apart from that, some general characteristics that these are having or two median one or two median fins. As you can see in the diagram as well, one or two median fins are present in the diagram, and there are no appendages. Apart from that, uh, when it comes to their gill slits, these are having almost seven pairs. They're having seven pairs of gills, gill slits, not gills, but gill slits. They're having seven pairs of gill slits. Apart from that, they are having seven pair of gill slits or gill openings, and their mouth is basically having this type of structure as you can see in the diagram. Let me just elongate it as well. So as you can see, in the diagram, the mouth is in such a manner that here there is the lining, and after the lining there is a presence of a tongue which is also lined with pointed teeth, which makes its structure quite sharp. Apart from that, Agnatha also having their characteristics that these are having most of the time, these are having their sexes are separate. Apart from that, the fertilization is external fertilization occurs, while the development is indirect, as these are having a large number of larval stages. That development is indirect. Apart from that, when it comes to Plasmaxini is having a good example of hagfish, which is a fish which lives in marine as well as freshwater. During its larval stages, it during the larval stages, it during the larval stages, it moves into the freshwater, and again it comes back into the marine water after the larval stages. Apart from this, they are having characteristics in such a manner that here there is a presence of a notochord, uh, of course, and one more thing I would like to mention here, that these are vertebrates, but these are the only vertebrates which are having notochord inside their structure. These are the only vertebrates having notochords instead of vertebral column. These are vertebrates which are having notochords instead of vertebral column. Rest, as you can see in the diagram as well, the structure is in such a manner that here these are having teeth. They are having pincer like teeth which surround the tongue, not present on the tongue. Rest, they are having no fins, which means no dorsal fins are present, no median fins are present. Apart from that, they are having they're not having dorsal or medial fins, but they do have gill slit openings, which are 6 to 14 in number. Sometimes, yeah, it's 6 to 14 or 5 to 14 in number. Rest, when it comes to some other structures, you can see the diagram that there is brain, nerve cord, velum, olfactory sac, which is not associated, olfactory sac, which is not associated with the mouth buccal cavity. Apart from that, uh, tongue with teeth is present, slime pores are present, and nasopharyngeal duct is the main structure is present. Apart from that, they are also having the characteristic of let me just zoom it up. So here, these are also having these are basically cold-blooded, and these are the only marine animals. Hagfish is the only marine animal which is osmoconformer. It is the only marine animal which is the osmoconformer. It is basically an osmoconformer which is present in marine animal which is osmoconformers. Oops, it's not the um, only marine animal which is osmoconformers. It is the only freshwater animal which is osmoconformers. And freshwater, the animals are osmoregulators. So these are osmoconformers because they regulate their body according body temperature according to the temperature of the environment. Rest, this is a structure, and their mouth is kind of utilized to suck the internal soft organs of the organism. Apart from that, their interesting fact about their mouth that they are irreversible, they are having irreversible teeth, which means their teeth can come out and then bite the organism's soft internal organs and suck them out. After that, we are having other classification, which is on the basis of gnathostomes. Gnathostomes are those which are having jaws. Now, which are having jaws with or without teeth. Examples of this include spondylochthyes, osteochthyes, and two other classes are involved, but are according to our syllabus not necessary. So we are not going to discuss that. So here, spondylochthyes, spondylochthyes, those fishes which are having cartilaginous skeleton. So here, Uh, one more thing, sorry for the interruption. That these are having a fibrous or cartilaginous skeleton. These are having a fibrous or cartilaginous skeleton inside their body. So this is a characteristic of hagfish as well as the lamprey. Now here, coming back to our point, that pontiocthies. Pontiocthies are basically uh, have cartilaginous fishes. These are having cartilaginous fishes. Of course, these are cartilaginous fishes. They contain the endoskeleton made up of cartilages. Made up of cartilages, due to which they are having the chondrocyte cells present in them, known as chondro. That's why these are known as chondroctysis. That's why these are known as chondroctysis. Apart apart from that, here these are having first general characteristics that chondroctytes are having Uh, they are also organisms which are having notochord, which persists throughout their life. Apart from that, they are having appendage. They are not having appendages, but instead of appendages, these are having fins, which allow them to support. Now, their fins are divided into two parts. First includes the paired fins and unpaired fins. Paired and unpaired fins. Uh, So these are not having paired fins, these are having unpaired fins. Paired fins are only found in osteochthyes, whereas unpaired fins are found in condyoctyes. So unpaired fins are in such a manner they are having a pectoral fin, the front one fin, a pelvic fin, the backward one fin, dorsal fin, which is first dorsal fin is larger in size, second dorsal fin is smaller in size, and caudal fin, which is heterofinal. circle, which means the caudal fin is not same on the on both sides. For suppose if it should be in a case of symmetry, then the symmetry should be in this manner. But in this case, it's not in the case of a symmetry. It's having a heterocircle shape, due to which it is heterocircle. Apart from that, the cartilaginous, their external gill openings, they are having external gill openings without gill cover, which is also known as operculum. And uh, due to this, their gill openings are quite visible, and rest. They are also having um, they are having around 5 to 7 gill openings, external gill openings. Rest, they are having several tiny, sharp. They are having several tiny, sharp, enamel-coated denticles known as placoid scales present over their body, which makes their body quite hard. Apart from that, these placoid scales are present in conjunctives, and um, they are and another interesting fact about them is that their teeth are also made up of placoid scales. Their teeth are the modified placoid scales which are present backwardly, which are directed backwardly. And apart from this, this is a typical diagram of a shark, which is also known as Carcharodon, a large white shark, and Scoliodon, dogfish. Apart from this, we are having examples of Tyrodon, Tyrodon, stingray. All of these are involved in conjunctivitis. Apart from that, some other good examples are also there. Pitris, uh, Pristis, sorry, if I'm not wrong with the spelling and pronunciation, it's Pristis. Pristis is basically the sting. Pristis, sawfish, as well as there is the presence of electric fish. We are having electric ray, um, sail ray, are all examples of the conjunctivitis. Apart from that, their tooth shade is around in such a manner that is backwardly arranged, directed backward. Apart from that, uh, now their heart is basically two-chambered. They have a two-chambered heart, which is having one auricle, one ventricle, and they are having 5 to 7 aortic arches. Apart from that, when it comes to their excretory organs, these are having kidneys, but these are adapted according to their aquatic environment. Rest, these are not having swim bladders or air bladders, which allow them to maintain buoyancy when swimming in the sea, due to which they are unable to rise upwards or rise downwards in the sea. Now we are gonna further discuss that in osteoitis as well. Apart from that, we are having examples of them as shark. A shark is basically the largest condyoctise and particularly the largest vertebrate after blue whale. It's around 30 to 50 feet long, and when it comes to sh- them they are basically cold-blooded. Apart from that, we are having some points about their individual characteristics. That here, what is the function of sale rate? What is the function of sale rate? This is celery, yes. So celery, this celery is having characteristic that this is having a whip-like tail, a long whip-like tail, as well as it is having some glands which release a poison. Due to they have a very they have spines all over their body, due to which when these spines are attached with any person's body, that causes the person to have a dangerous wound over their body. Rest, we are having electric rays. Electric rays are quite interesting by virtue of their dorsal muscles. Their dorsal muscles are having power to act as an electric powered organ. Whenever they come in contact with any other organism, that cause they cause to uh, stun the organism, and particularly that is quite helpful and adaptable in finding their prey as well as for their protection as well. Apart from this, when it comes to some other parts, we are having their digestive system, that they are not having any stomach. um, Apart from that, when it comes to their reproduction is in such a manner that they are having their sexes are separate. Their reproduction, they are having external fertilization, but in some cases internal fertilization also persists. Apart from that, when it comes to their uh, they are mostly, they can be oviparous as well as viviparous, as well as oviviviparous in some cases as well. Apart from that, the fertilization is internal. Mostly it is internal, but in some cases external can also be possible, but mostly it is internal. Osteochthyes. Osteochthyes are bony fishes. These are the bony fishes, which includes the examples of the fishes present in fresh water as well as in marine, including Lepiorohita, rohu fish, as well as seahorse, sailfish. Seahorse is the slowest fish, which is as slow as if it seems that this fish is not moving in the sea at all. Apart from that, when it comes to the second fish, sea, which includes the example of which includes the example of of sailray, sailfish. If I'm not wrong with the spelling, it's sailfish, sailfish. Now, sailfish is the fastest fish, which can run, which can swim as fast as a car. Apart from that, when it comes to the characteristics in such a manner, the endoskeleton consists of bones, vertebral column also present, which is made up of bones. Apart from that, the exoskeleton is made up of um, bony plates, which are known as cycloid, cycloid scales or ctenoid scales or ganoid scales. Apart from that, when it comes to their fins, their fins are divided into two parts of paired fins and unpaired fins. Paired fins involves the paired fins involves the pectoral fins, which are paired pelvic fins, and unpaired fins includes the dorsal fins, which are present two in number. Apart from that, a caudal fin is also present, which is homocircle, which means both of the ends are symmetrical. Apart from that, when it comes to a good diagram, as you can see in the diagram, there's a good representation of how does the ganoid scale, cycloid scale, and tenoid scale looks like. This is how these look like, and apart from that, their caudal fin is also known as diaphyseal rest. When it comes to their anal fin is also the part of unpaired fins. Now coming to the another point that they are having uh, their mouth is present at the tip. Their mouth is present at the tip of their anterior body. Their mouth is present at the anterior tip, while when it comes to their gills, they are having almost they're having four pairs of gills. Apart from that, they are having a two-chambered heart in which one auricle, one ventricle is present, and four pairs of gills are present. Four pairs of aortic arches are present. Apart from that, when it comes to the digestive system, they are having a J-shaped stomach. A J-shaped stomach. J-shaped stomach is present both in chondrocytes as well as osteocytes, while in Agnatha there is no J-shaped stomach as these are ectoparasites, so they do not need a stomach for digestion. And apart from this, they are not having a cloaca. Cloaca is a part where the reproductive excretory system are open together. So cloaca is not present over here. This is present in amphibians. Rest when it comes to some other parts, that here it is. Having some adaptabilities to live inside the water. First adaptability is its fusiform body. It's a fusiform streamlined or spiral body, which makes it adaptable to reduce its surface area, make it spiral, so that it can balance its body within the sea, within water. Rest, it is having fins. Fins acts as appendages, which cause to maintain its balance within this water. Apart from this, third adaptability is that they are having bladders as well as air bladders, which are present within their body, which cause to make their body quite swim bladders, or they are having swim bladders present inside their body. Swim bladders present inside their body. They are having swim bladders present inside their body, air bladders which are having air filled inside them. That air includes the gases are filled such as oxygen, carbon dioxide, or nitrogen. These are filled either by its own glands, or if the gill slits are connected, if the gills are connected, if the gills are connected with pharynx, Then the air is filled inside the air bladder with the help of the external air which is present inside the water. So external oxygen or any gas which is present inside the water is then taken inside through the gill slits, due to which through the pharynx it is then taken inside the air bladder, due to which it causes to fill up the air bladder, and as the air bladder is filled up, that causes to increase the buoyancy of the fish, due to which it is able to either move upwards, either rise upwards in the sea, or descend downwards in the sea, descend in the sea, or ascend in the sea, which is a characteristic feature of them. Apart from that, uh, they are having fins for swimming, and uh, fins for swimming. Apart from them, these are also having some peduncles, caudal peduncles, which are present over here, a kind of a depression sort of thing over here. That is a depression present over here, which is known as caudal peduncles. The spinous portion is present over there. Soft braid portion is present over here. That is, of course, varied from organism to organism. If it is seahorse, that would be different. If it is uh, sailfish, flying fish, or any other fish, it would be different for different organisms. So Exocerus is a name for flying fish, a scientific name. Hippocampus is a name for seahorse as a scientific name, as well as we are having name of some marine fishes. These are names for marine fishes. Apart from that, when it comes to the freshwater fishes, these are having rohu as example, rohita, lebricus, rohita. Apart from that, Lebiorota. Apart from that, there is Kelta, which is also a freshwater fish. Apart from that, there is example of Kelleris. If I'm not wrong with the pronunciation, it's Kelleris, which is Megura. Apart from that, we are also having water living aquatic, which is simply live in aquatic medium. Of one fishes which live in aquatic medium, which includes examples of what which includes examples of pet- Pterophyllum, which is type of a bony fish. Pterophyllum, which is a type of bony fish, which includes example of Pterophyllum type of bony fish. Pterophyllum type of bony fish. Example of that is Pterophyllum type of bony fish. Uh, Pterophyllum, which is the name of a fish. You can search it out as well. Apart from that, we are having a second fish, which is known as beta fighting fish. Apart from that, there's carpus, a type of fish, and this is a basic intro about it. When it comes to some other parts, we are also having its uh, other parts, including its scales, as well as their nervous system. Their nervous system is not as developed. It is only having a dorsal hollow single nerve core nervous system, which is present inside the nervous system. Apart from that, some other evolutionary characters which I would like to discuss in the next slide is that a group of osteichthyes known as lobe-finned fish. Let me just write it down as well. Lobe-finned fish, which is known as dipnoi, fish or dipnoi, was a group of fish which formed an interrelation, a correlation in between the amphibians and the osteichthyes, which means terrestrial and aquatic chordates, or terrestrial and aquatic vertebrates. So dolphin fish dipnoi was the first was the first group of fishes. These were the fishes which were having lungs, as well as these were having some of their fins modified into legs according to the Devonian Earth history. According to the Devonian Earth history, these were having their fins modified into legs, as well as they were having lungs. Now, when they were modified into, they were having the following characteristics. They were then able to evolve themselves into another organism known as amphibians. And these amphibians were the first vertebrates which were present on the land, which were first vertebrates to come on land were the amphibians, as they are also having their name derived from two words, amphi meaning dual, and bians, bio meaning life, which means they are having dual life on aquatic environment as well as in the terrestrial environment. Uh, Rest, when it comes to amphibians characteristics, these are basically capable of living on both land as well as water, and as these are capable of both living on land as well as on the water. In the water, uh, as they are derived from the low-finned dipnoi fish, low-finned fish or dipnoi, they are basically having some aquatic adaptations as well as some terrestrial adaptations. Examples of this includes their larval stage is basically having gills, whereas the adult stage is having their respiratory organs as skin and lungs. Skin is They are having a moist skin. They are having a moist skin, a smooth, moist skin, which having a smooth moist skin, which is having glands, which is having glands inside it, which is having several glands inside it. Uh, Examples of this include some glands containing the poisonous pigmented cells known as chromatophores. In case of chromatophores present inside them. Apart from that, uh, it is having glands, chromatophores present inside them. Uh, Apart from that, their skin is highly vascularized, due to which it makes them adaptable for respiration through skin. Rest, we are also having some other characteristics such as uh, their skeleton. Their endoskeleton is bony, but their skeletal system is reduced, which means the number of bones inside the skeletal system is reduced for less weight. Apart from that, these are having appendages in the form of limbs. Some of these are most of these are having limbs, which are they are having these are basically tetrapods, due to which these are having limbs. As these are tetrapods, these are having limbs. These are having the capability to locomote on terrestrial habitats such as on land, which makes them adaptable for this condition as well. Apart from this, when it comes to uh, their forelimbs, these forelimbs are pentadactyl, which means these are having these are like having finger-like extensions. These are having finger-like structure, present inside their limbs. For suppose, as you can see in this diagram, there is a finger-like extension. These are several finger-like extensions or toe-like extensions, which can be analog with human toes. So here, these are finger-like extensions, mostly of 4 to 5 digits, which are webbed together in the form of a web, which are webbed together. As you can see, there are several webs inside them, several spaces filled in between them. So this is how their feeds are formed. Apart from that, when it comes to some organisms such as Sicily. Let me just write that down. Sicily, oops, Sicily, Silici. It is basically the amphibian which is not having any limbs. Scientific name iso ish 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 3 Prissy. I'm not sure about the exact spell. Ish 3 Prissy. Ish 3 Prissy. I'm not sure about the exact spell, so you can search it out. HTPC and rest some other organisms. Scientific names also given on the screen. As you can see, Oregon spotted frog, which is having its name as Rana pretiosa. South American Sicilian, which is having its name as Siphonops annulatus. Dakota toad, Buffo hemiophilus. Toad is having its name as Buffo. Apart from that, salamander having salamander. Here this is bio large blotched salamander, which is Insetina ischioitzi. So these are some characteristics. Apart from that, some when it comes to their gills, they are having gills which are not having any sort of operculum or any sort of gill opening. These gills, without any sort of operculum or gill opening, any sort of operculum or gill opening. These are without any sort of operculum or gill openings. So they are having almost uh, it's basically depends on the type of larva it is having. When it comes to the frog larva, it is tadpole. When it comes to salamander larva, it is axolot. Apart from that, when it comes to um, their circulatory system, they are having three chambered circulatory system, which is three chambered circulatory system. And this three chambered circulatory system includes two auricles and one ventricle, two auricles and one ventricles, two auricles, one ventricle, two auricles are there, one ventricle is there, two auricles are there, one ventricle is there. Next, when it comes to their circulatory system, it is connected with the respiratory system, which means the lungs are connected with the respiratory system, due to which they are also having double circulatory system, which we are going to further discuss in the next class. Circulatory system. Apart from that, when it comes to double circulatory system, we are also having example. We are also having the digestive system. The digestive system, alimentary canal, uh, reproductive canal, urinary canal are all joined together, are all brought together into a common chamber, which is known as cloaca, which means cloaca is present over here. Rest. Some other characteristics that their limbs, their posterior limbs are larger than their anterior limbs. Their posterior limbs are larger than their anterior limbs. Apart from that, when it comes to their excretion, the excretion is done through kidneys, but of course these are different than the one found in humans or mammals. Apart from that, when it comes to uh, apart from that, when it comes to their some other characteristics, these are also having the characteristic of being ectoderm. These are cold-blooded animals, which means they regulate their body temperature according to the environmental temperature. Due to which is also known as poikilothermic or ectodermic, poikilothermic or ectodermic. And as these are poikilothermic or ectodermic, they in order to regulate their body temperature, they either undergo hibernation in winters, either they undergo hibernation in winters or they undergo estivation in summers. Estivation is the resting period in which the organism becomes inactive in order to avoid the severe heat of summer by burying itself inside the mud. Similarly, hibernation is a process in which it is a period of winter season in which the animal buries itself inside the mud by in order to uh, in an inactive state in an inactive state it buries itself inside an inactive state inside the mud, as well as why does it do that? In order to prevent or avoid the cold which occurs. So this is a basic concept about hibernation and estivation, and there are a few things to be discussed over here. And one more thing, their body is divided into head and trunk, and rest. The body is divided into head and trunk. The body is, is divided into head, trunk, and when it comes to the reproduction, they are sexes are separate. They are having internal or external fertilization. They are only having external fertilization. These are oviparous. All are oviparous, and they lay their eggs in water because their larval stage requires water as a medium of respiration, because the respiratory organ present inside the larva is gills, due to which the eggs which are released in water should be eggs which are released should be released in water, otherwise they won't be able to respire in a terrestrial condition, due to which their eggs are always released in water. Rest. uh, yeah, so this is all about this video. Hopefully we'll meet again in the